What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Onion Knight's LD and Burst weapons, as these two weapons are going to be making their debut soon in Global Opera Omnia. But before we talk about that, if you guys are brand new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, that way you guys are not missing out on future uploads. And if you guys enjoy what you see on this channel, hit that like button and share this video, as it does help me out. Don't forget to check out all of the fantastic resources out there for Dissidia Opera Omnia. The links will be down below in the video description as well as the pinned comments. Lastly, thank you to all of the rest of the fantastic content creators out there for this game, those of you guys that create those guides and spreadsheets just to make the experience that much better. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Onion Knight's LD and Burst weapons. Alright guys, so here we are with my video for Onion Knight. I'm going to be doing some live gameplay showcasing what his LD and Burst do, and then afterwards we're going to touch up a little bit on the banners and how I feel overall about these upgrades for Onion Knight. So we're going to start things off here with Sayador. Sayador is also a character that is going to be coming out this month. This is the reason why I took this particular party. Alright, so we have Onion Knight. So remember, if you have Onion Knight's EX fully realized, you do get a free skill usage right off the bat for either his skill 1, skill 2, or his C65. So for the purposes of this video, what I'm actually going to do first is use his free C65. And then we're going to go ahead and touch up on his LD. Okay, so Onion Knight's LD, what this does is it grants him a brand new skill called Sword and Magic. And remember, I'm going to be talking about these with full max limit break and LD boards. You get 3 uses out of this. It's going to be permanently increasing his own attack by 120% and his max brave by 30%. He's going to be delivering an 8-hit Ice Melee single target Brave plus single target HP attack, followed by a 3-hit Ice Magic AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack. This has an 180% Brave overflow. It does split HP damage on the AoE HP attack. It inflicts Ice Imperil on all targets on the first attack for 4 turns, and then it grants him a special effect called Skill Level 99 for 16 turns. It's also going to be moving Onion Knight's allies' turn right after his, and then it grants the entire party a free skill usage on their next turn. And then the Skill Level 99 effect, what that does is it increases his own attack by 50%. It increases his own Brave overflow by 30%. It also increases his own Brave and HP damage dealt by 20%, and then it increases the party's max Brave by 30%. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. So it's going to allow us to choose who's going to be taking their turn next. So we're just going to go with Paladin Cecil for this example. And then remember, all your party members are going to have a free skill usage of either their skill 1, skill 2, or their C65, which is extremely valuable. That's the biggest value that this LD weapon provides. As you can see right there, we have the 16 turns of his special effects, so we're going to have that into account. So it's a very, very good LD skill, and especially the turn manipulation can allow you to, set up some really good combinations as far as like party comps, or like being able to set yourself up to protect yourself from, like, let's say an incoming attack that may possibly take out your entire party or something like that. So it's very, very good. So with Cecil, I'm just going to go ahead and use the free C65 so we get the Holy Enchant. And then we'll use his LD, because why not? Alright, and then with Sayador, we have free skill usage as well, which is great. So we'll do this. And then we'll go right into his skill 1. Alright, and then when we get to Onion Knight's turn, we will be going into his burst phase. Alright, so Paladin Cecil, let's go ahead and let's just skill 2. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go into Onion Knight's burst phase. Now, I generally like to go into this after I've used the LD, so I have a free skill usage, and then we'll talk about the 2 different finish bursts that he has access to, because he actually has 2 depending on whether he is in ninja mode or he's in sage mode. So we're going to go ahead and pop burst here. Okay, so generally what I like to do with Onion Knight if I ever go into his burst is, depending on how many enemies are present, if there's more than one, you're going to want to end up in Sage, because Sage is the one that actually gives you the finish burst that does AoE, but then if there's only a single target, I want to end up in Ninja. So for this example, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is actually first use the free skill usage. Alright, and then afterwards, let's go ahead and go right into his LD. We'll get another free skill usage out of it. So you're getting a lot of mileage out of that LD effect and the turn manipulation and also the free skill uses. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this. And remember, we want to end up in Sage, so I'm going to go ahead and use his skill 2 now, because there's more than one enemy. Okay, so his finish burst. So when you're in ninja mode, his finish burst is going to be called ninjutsu. He's going to be dishing out an 8-hit ice melee single target brave attack plus single target HP attack that he delivers twice. It has that maximum brave damage limit of 50% up to 14,998, and then he also has the maximum obtainable brave and HP damage limit of 50%, again up to 149,998. But if you're in Sage, which is what I'm in right now, his finish burst is going to be called Spellbook, and it is going to be a 12-hit Ice Magic AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack. It has increased Brave damage dealt when attacking a single target. It does split HP damage, and then the maximum Brave damage limit is at 20%, and then the maximum obtainable Brave and HP damage limit is at 80%. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Sage version here. And then afterwards, we'll talk about the 6-turn burst effect that you benefit from Onion Knight. So split HP damage, just a good amount of damage there. Alright, so now we have access to his 6-turn burst effect. And what this does is it's going to be increasing the party's physical attack by 30% if ninjutsu was used, but if you use the Sage Mode version, he's going to be increasing the party's magical attack by 30%. It's also going to be increasing brave damage dealt by 50%, increase stolen brave overflow limit by 30%, and also increases the amount of HP damage the party deals by 20%, and the maximum brave damage limit by 20%. So it's a pretty good party-wide effect. I do like how it has the increased brave damage by 50% and also the increased HP damage by 20%. And you could definitely stack these as well with other auras. So for example, Paladin Cecil's aura can stack with it. Balthier's aura can stack with it as well. So it's a very powerful party-wide burst effect. As far as artifact passives goes for Onion Knight, it's pretty simple. It's going to be attack plus 108 times 3 and max brave plus 330 times 3. And then for his high guard armor, if you want to invest in that with your Lufenia tokens, it's the one that increases brave damage dealt. It exceeds it by 15%, up to 11,498. Now, as far as the character goes and pulling for him and all that good stuff, from personal experience, I actually think that Onion Knight is just fine alone with LD. So if you're looking to invest in just his LD alone, it's going to be very good, especially because his LD call also gives you that turn manipulation. It's a very, very good call, and the LD itself alone is really, really good. The burst effect, while it does have that nice brave damage dealt and HP damage dealt increase, you can get that from other party members, which is the reason why I think more so the burst is a quality of life or more so like a luxury item for him. But if he has the burst, you're going to be benefiting from that 6 turn party-wide effect. But I do think that for Onion Knight, from experience, from using him on JP, I do think that the LD in itself is going to be more than enough for him. Now, as far as the banners go, there's going to be two, because this is going to be introducing his gear, and they're also going to be bringing back another LD weapon that we've had before in Gal. The first banner is going to have Onion Knight's LD and BT, including, his 15, 35, and EX, and it's also going to be featuring Snow and Cater. Both of those characters they're pretty decent. I think Snow right now is definitely starting to show some age as far as a tank-wise. Cater is still pretty decent. She could fulfill that evasion tank, and you can do a lot of shenanigans with her as far as that. You can do some soloing for different dimensions end, but she's a pretty solid pick. And then the second banner is going to have Onion Knight's Burst, and then it's also going to be refeaturing Gal's LD, and alongside that, you're also going to have access to Saz and Alice's gear. Gal is underrated. I actually think he's really, really strong. He's great for boss rush. He's really good with his counters, works well with Gladio, and he's also going to be getting his LD boards, which is going to further improve his LD skills. So between the two banners, if you already have Gals and you want to go for Onion Knight's gear, definitely go for banner 1. But if you are missing Gal's LD, it is going to be refeatured here, and he's also a pretty good pickup as well. Again, it all depends on your resources. It all depends on your roster. If your party can benefit from somebody like Onion Knight or Gal, then feel free to pull, use your tickets, use your gems, but remember, it really depends on what your roster has available to you now as far as these characters go. Both of them are great. Onion Knight is fantastic. I think he's fine with just LD alone, but if you want a gun for the burst, go ahead and do so. But that's that for Onion Knight's LD and BT. I think he's a fantastic character, and he's definitely going to be bringing you some good turn manipulation and good things to come for your party. Alright guys, well this is going to go ahead and conclude my video for Onion Knight's LD and BT. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. Again, don't forget to check the links down below, so then that way you guys can also do your own research on these characters, so then that way you can determine whether or not you guys should be investing in them or not. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan signing out. Mahal everybody.